Alright, what's going on YouTube? It's been probably about a month since my last video. This thing is still broken, so I mean I haven't really been able to enjoy this summer weather, but it's gonna change today. We're gonna get something or pick up something pretty special. A little, just check off another, I guess, bucket list car. But yeah, so come with me as we go pick it up. Yeah, so we just arrived at the airport in the state / city that we're gonna pick up the new vehicle. Made a few, I don't know, maybe some people will recognize this or maybe not, but I mean if you do, you would know where we are. And for whatever reason, there's like a lot of this particular vehicle here. I'm not sure if it's, maybe it's just like the land of them, kind of like how Michigan is for Subaru, or I don't know, for Mopar cars or anything of the big three. But yeah, so just landed in Denver, and let's hold out just a little bit longer. We can go see what we have to pick up. So, all right, so it's day 2. Supposed to get the car yesterday, but the guy that I'm getting the car from kind of wanted to give me some time to go over the car and make sure I understand not everything wrong with it, but just like kind of thoroughly inspect it. He didn't want me to feel rushed or anything, and then he wants to do the transaction, bill of sale and sign over the title and all that stuff at his bank. So it's day 2 in Colorado. Colorado looks fucking crazy. Just check out, look at the mountains in the back. I'm gonna try to get a better video or like a time lapse or something later on. Probably like the nighttime or something, just to, I don't know, just to see everything light up. Or maybe I'll do it middle of the day. Yeah, middle of the day, so you can actually see like the snow-capped mountains or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, man, so just sit here and wait. Get back with y'all once we go check out this car. I'm so excited. It's like a childhood dream car, or another childhood dream car. I get to check off the list. Yeah, man, I'll get back with y'all. All right, so picked up the car. So it's definitely not what I expected. There's of course some imperfections here and there. I mean, what do you really expect from a 20-year-old car? Yeah, man, I mean, I feel like it's a good buy overall. These things are getting harder and harder to come by, especially and somewhat clean. Just a somewhat clean example. If you want something like super clean, then you're gonna end up coming out way more money than I came out. So yeah, without further ado, man, I'll just show you the car. 2005 Lancer Evolution. This one is an MR. 05s only came in MR and RS for the US, so there's a USDM MR. Picking it up right here in Colorado, man. As you can see, this thing is like super beat. Look at all this rough, like this probably can just be repainted. I mean, this isn't really like peeling or anything, so that's fine, but like all of this just needs to be repainted, really. I think this is sun damage from the time that the car spent down in Florida. You can see a little bit of rust here from whatever, I don't know, maybe somebody like ran into it. But other than this, a little bit on these wheel arches on both sides, no rust anywhere. No rust anywhere on this car. So this is like a very, like, typically with Evos, you look under here, you see the chassis legs are usually like super fucked, but this thing is like super clean, nothing. So the rundown on it is, the guy bought it in 13 and drove it for a few years, and then it kind of just sat for probably about the next 7 years. So it's kind of why it looks like this. It got moved up to here, and then throughout all of that time, ended up getting a bunch of like stuff replaced. So it has a Jax Stage 3 built 5-speed swap. You don't know, MRs for MRs, 05s and 06s came with 6 speeds, which are like glass. They're like, I don't know, they Mustangs, NT82, or Subarus, like 5-speed, like they're super fragile. So it has a built 5-speed from Jax transmission, which is like the #1 dealer. Well, not #1, but he's pretty well known. So has that. It has a Jax transfer case, and then just kind of like a refreshed diff. And yeah, that's about it. Up front, we got some huge intercooler. That thing is huge, and then aftermarket. Let's open the hood. Yeah, it has this like aftermarket radiator, aftermarket downpipe. This thing is like freaking loud. I think this is is this engine? Yeah, engine intake, engine intercooler piping, AEM fuel rail, HKS blow-off valve. This thing is super loud, and then like a dump tube is pointing straight down off the. I think this is still stock turbo, so this thing is just way too loud. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, I think it's pretty clean. It definitely needs work. I think right now plans are try to get another valve cover, probably a cam cover, and then after that you can go inside. We'll probably end up getting a double din head unit, because for whatever reason this doesn't have a radio at all, and then the wiring for the rear deck speakers just doesn't exist. This thing has a wideband setup like already on it. Here's the serial and whatever random wiring this is, but the guy told me to pretty much trace the wires for the old wideband that's already in the test tube or test pipe, and just try to figure out what's going on, because some of the wires I ran to, I think, the radio's harness, and kind of like spliced in, so it's a lot of weird stuff going on. And I think he said there's like a hard wire or something that goes directly to the ECU, so probably have to dig into that and see what's going on. But yeah, other than that, I mean, this interior looks pretty clean. It's an FP ported manifold, so that's whenever, I don't know, I'll go aftermarket turbo, maybe FP red, FP black or something like that, I'll probably end up throwing that on. So then I think the stock manifold is pretty much alright. So yeah, fresh brakes. It's lowered on coilovers already, which I think are, as of now, like way too low. This thing definitely needs to be raised up, because I plan on driving it for Michigan winters, and if anyone knows Michigan winters, then you'll know that there's definitely a lot of snow that can come from it. So yeah, I think first order of business though is to try to get a cam cover, because I don't like that the cams being exposed. I know a lot of people say they run them and don't have any issues, but I personally don't don't want the cams to be, or the cam gears to be exposed. Definitely new headlights. I think the ballast on the passenger side headlight is dying or something, and then the high beam, I don't know if each headlight is supposed to have a high beam, but the high beam for the driver's side headlight just doesn't exist. Like it showed me nothing. So definitely do that, and then from there, headlights, radio, from there, just try to enjoy the car probably. So that's pretty much the big reveal. And from there, yeah, I guess it's time to enjoy Colorado a little bit more, and then time for an 18-hour drive back home, which is gonna be torture.